Hey folks, Joe here. Getting ready to go do a little bit of canoeing over on the river and got a couple pieces of gear to try out. I haven't had a proper mount for putting a camera into the canoe properly. I got this guy the other day. I'll go to the bag here. And it's a lot more heavy duty than I thought it would be. It's got a spring clamp that will attach to the canoe, to the gunnels. This way, do it this way. This is flexible, bends all around, pivoting head. Attach it to the yoke. Up here, all kinds of things I can do with this. And I figured this would be kind of flimsy, but you actually have to bend it fairly hard to move it around. And this is really super strong, so very impressed with that. It's like 30 bucks. The other new piece of gear I have to test out today, I got a couple paddles with me, I'll be using those some. I also have these guys. This is 2 parts of 3. Third guy here. The ends are both bolted, copper cap and bolted. So we have a 3-piece canoeing pole. Help if I turn this around now, wouldn't it? I should edit that out, but I probably won't. I'll just leave it in there. There's been a lot of talk on one of the Facebook groups on canoe poling about options for a 3-piece take-apart canoe pole, so I thought I'd make one up. And these are the same carbon fiber barrels I use on my 2-piece kayak paddles, so I've got a box of those around. And the pole itself is 12 feet long. Did a flex test with it, propped up on the ends, 20-pound weight hanging right from the middle, and just under 5 inches of flex on it, which I think, from what I've heard, is acceptable. Now we're going to take it over the river, get onto some shallow parts, put the paddles away, and try this out. I've never done canoe poling before. This will be a first for me, so don't expect anything fancy. Maybe I'll fall in the water, but hopefully not. It is, the water will be kind of cool. It's November 9th, so a nice fall day. The sun's shining. It's, I think it's plus 9 degrees Celsius right now, so not too bad. Anyways, I'm going to pack up the stuff, get going, and shoot a little more video from over on the river. How it works. Yeah, don't get wet. Well, we're working our way up the river here, and got a little bit of a break in the wind. Just want to stop and take a couple of pictures and a few seconds of video. Sun's shining up above, up here, and we just we just went under a bridge just back around that corner back there. Gonna work our way up a little further. I'm just going to paddle along here a little bit, not really talk to you. Just to enjoy the scenery along the riverbanks. Well, we got some logs across the water up ahead. Looks like we can go by on the left, probably in the middle as well. So I've been here for 13 and a half years, and I have never seen this river this low. We have not had much rain this year. That said, the day after tomorrow, we're supposed to get around 75 millimeters of rain. So that'll definitely bring her back up a ways. It's also warmer than normal for this time of year. But, I think this is the last day of this current little mild spell, and then it's going to cool off a bit. It's going to bring us around here and duck my head under this branch. There's actually a little bit of ice to my left. Hear that? A few days ago there was quite a bit of ice on the surface of the river in sections. Maybe enough you couldn't have even gotten through in a couple spots, I'm not sure. But this recent mild spell has melted most of it. Probably won't be paddling up this river again this year though, I suspect. It's going to have some ice over it within days. I don't know, I might get up again in the next couple of days, we'll see. We want to do some more biking soon too. More relaxing paddle going back down river. Have this wind at my back. Paddling this big old prospector canoe solo into a headwind with no weight in it. She gets pushed around a little bit, but whatever, all part of the fun. I'm in about 6 inches of water. Can't believe how shallow the river is this year. Just crazy. Canoe Poling down there just a few minutes ago. I did some of the video. But yeah, this is my very first time to try canoe poling, a complete rookie, so don't think that this is going to be a tutorial or anything like that, because it most certainly isn't. I'm just going to play around a little bit, try a couple things, and kind of the idea of coming out here today is to test this new pole that I built and see how it does. Anyways, that's what we're doing. So far, so good. I'll be back. Already, I think I'm starting to like this. A little more practice, get out a few times. This could end up being a lot of fun. Adds a whole new part to canoeing. Hey, here we come again. Look at me, I'm poling. I've got some practice to do to learn these techniques, but I think it's a little bit of work. I can get used to this. Folks. A complete rookie at poling, but it seems to work. Pole held up fine. Three-piece take-apart canoe pole. I may not know what I'm doing, but had a little bit of fun. Pole certainly didn't break, and I might make another one soon. Then again, if the demand's there, I could end up building quite a few of these poles. Time will tell. Well, folks, we're making our way slowly back down the river. Did that little bit of poling further up. That was different. I definitely don't really know what I'm doing, but probably figured it out. Just a few more practice sessions. Watch a few more of those YouTube videos and just go out and practice it. That's how you learn. But, the pole seemed to work quite well. The bottom, some places it was kind of mucky, but it was releasing quite easily. No problems there. Other places kind of rocky and pushing off the rocks. No problem there. The bolt on the end kind of digs into the gravel sections too and gives you good purchase. So pleased with that. Did a little bit on both sides, a little bit of side-to-side stuff, using it as a paddle. Went in slightly deeper water, and the boat moves pretty well with that. Just trying a few different things. Probably watch a few more YouTube videos on it in the coming days, and maybe come back out and try it again while there's still no ice on the river, or very little ice at least. So yeah, it was fun. Been canoeing for, what is it now, 44 years. And what time I tried poling? Should have tried it a long time ago. Anyways, I'm going to stop talking and just paddle along here. My battery is actually really low. The red warning light's on, so I won't be getting much more footage on this one. So the pole I'm using, made from 3 sections of wood with 2 carbon fiber ferrules, and then some hardware on the ends. Here's one of the ends before doing the sanding and the finishing. And a couple of photos of the pole. This was just before I put the stain and then the finish on it. Just to get a couple photos done. I just took a couple of photos. I don't know if I got the right camera angle to catch those shopping carts up ahead here. Just one sec while I duck under a branch. But there's a Walmart up the hill to the right. And you can see all those shopping carts there. Looks to me like that's what they do with their broken shopping carts. Not cool. Looks like there's about 15 Walmart shopping carts right there. Absolutely disgusting. A few years ago, a bunch of us in the old paddling club I used to run, Superior Kayak and Canoe Club, we organized a couple of river cleanups up here, and we had a couple of big trailer loads just full of garbage we pulled out of this river. You'd think people would have a little more respect for the river and the planet, but I don't know, sometimes I just shake my head. I actually meant to bring a garbage bag with me here today as well, and on the return paddle, which I'm doing right now, I was going to pick a little bit of debris and garbage from the river from what I can reach down here. But I forgot the bags at home. So if I get out again, that's going to be the plan. You're going to turn you off again, save a little bit more battery power in case I want to use the video some more. So this little spot that we're approaching here, these logs across the water, small logs, I was out here last year, had a little camp saw with me, a folding saw that I made, and you couldn't quite get through over here, but I managed to cut out a branch or two, gave me just enough room to squeak through up here. Let's line this up a little bit. Didn't do that very well. The river was a lot higher last year when I was here too, so it was a little easier to get through. There should still be room. And we're through. And a little pull to the side. Go over and around this semi-submerged log with the yellow and orange piece of crap on it. I had my garbage bag, stuff like that. Will be going out in the trash next week. Well, folks, we're approaching the highway bridge, and just up ahead here is a really shallow area, especially at this water level. We're going to bump a couple rocks here, but we're just going to go nice and slow. The old Kevlar Clipper Prospector can handle it. I have no doubt about that. Been through worse. Move her a little bit to the left here. Another couple inches of water. We'll take you right through over here. I think this is the only time I've been through this section of the river where there's not any visible current in this little spot right here. There's usually a couple little V's. The river is so freaking low that there's basically nothing going on. And more rocks. Alright, should be good to go from here. Really shallow under the bridge up here as well. Might bump a rock or two. Not too worried about it. Well, this canoe is a Kevlar Prospector from Clipper. They make several different layups of their Kevlar. They have their regular Kevlar with the gel coat. They have their Kevlar Ultralight, no gel coat. That's their lightweight canoe. Still strong as heck, but very light. And they have this one, which is the Kevlar Duraflex, which I'm paddling right now. And that's kind of like their whitewater Kevlar version. So she holds up to a lot of abuse. We do have to do a little work on the exterior of the hull this year. Touch it up a little bit, put a coat of varnish or two on it. I did a video recently of when I made a new bow seat for it, which I'm sitting on right now using as a stern seat. I decided to switch up from doing a bike touring trip at the last minute, and I was going to go canoe camping instead on Superior. Went out, grabbed the canoe, started getting ready, saw that the seat was completely rotted away. Not completely, but it looked bad and there was a lot of flex to it. And took it out to have a look at it. I think maybe I can reinforce it for the trip. Nope, came apart in my hands. So over the next day and a half I built a new seat. I do have a video up on that as well. Plan was it was just going to be a replacement seat temporarily. The same day I also ordered the brand new set of seats from Clipper. The ones that came in the canoe, they have some contour to it. So they're curved downwards a little bit, nice and comfortable. And I thought I was going to replace both seats as soon as I got back from the trip and I got my package. But the new seat was so comfortable, I just left it in so far. And I think this winter I'm going to build a new stern seat to match. Built this out of cherry, real nice looking wood. Relaced it, and before putting the webbing on, I put a few coats of tung oil on it. And I'll do the same for the other seat and the carrying yoke. That needs replacing as well, so rather than buy a new one, I'll make that as well. So I'm going to touch her up a little bit and put her away for the winter. Should be ready for next year. All goes well. There's probably a new canoe in my plans for the spring. Along with, they're building it again, the Clipper C1. It's a decked expedition style canoe. It's the one I used to paddle across Canada in 2004. That was a 6 months long, 6,000 kilometer solo trip. The suspended production of it for this year, due to being so busy as is everybody in the outdoor industry, cycling, paddling, everything. They're so backed up with orders that they put that, stumbled there. They put that one on hold. It takes a lot more labor to build than any of the other canoes. So they weren't taking orders for that this year. But I'm hoping that by next year they can squeeze one off for me. And I'll order that up on my account and start paddling that again. They aren't building it next year. I got a couple other canoes I'm looking at as well. But Clipper, they're so busy this year, last time I was talking to them, that they're backed up with orders for their own sales to their own customer base. And their dealers, who all want more canoes this year, they're not even taking orders from the dealers right now. They just can't fill them. That's how backed up they are. Anyways, I'm going to stop running my mouth and just paddle on. So far, the battery hasn't died on me yet. That could change any moment. I'm going to turn you off right now. Take the odd photo here and there, which doesn't use as much battery power, and just nurse it along. Okay, let's try this again. See what the battery has left for juice. See if we can get a little more out of it. Remnants of an old beaver lodge up ahead here, just to the left on this corner. Don't know if you can see that. A couple of years ago, that was quite big and going out to pretty much the middle of the river here. Hey, well, we're back. When I was approaching that old beaver lodge, big warning light came up in the middle of the camera and then just boom, turned itself off. I figured if I wait a little while, it might have enough juice to fire back up for a couple minutes, so here we are. Right now, I'm just about 250 meters or so, maybe 300 meters from the takeout. It's just before that bridge down there that you see. That bridge is actually brand new. It just opened up to the public less than 2 weeks ago. And the old one was torn down, replaced. That was, let me see now. I think they shut down traffic to the old bridge back in May. And now for the short portage home. It's about 100 feet. The camera is probably going to go dead any second again. And we're back. Just turned the lights on in the garage. And time to head into the garage, yank the battery out of that camera, and get her charged back up. Thanks for watching, and see you again soon. That's all for now.